I'm Rob.
I'm the captain.
And I'm Rabir.
And a lot of you guys have been asking for us to do a Fender Strat blindfold challenge, which we've either never done or we did so long ago that it's irrelevant now.
We just need to find some Fender Strats somewhere.
But anyway, so I thought I was going to go and pick 4 guitars out, and then I thought, but if I pick them, it gives me a kind of, I'll know what they're going to be, so it gives me an advantage. So Rabizel
It's where I come in.
is going to pick 4 guitars.
At random.
Well, they're not, I mean, they're obviously, we need a cheap one, and
Yes,
then
it
a
has to
medium,
be.
and then a
But we're not going to know what they are. We're not going to know.
So could
It
it,
just have to
okay.
be Fender Strats.
So a couple of questions before I start picking. Are we allowed Squier?
If you want.
So we're allowed Squier.
Yeah.
And then obviously then you go up, and we're allowed all the way up until the top spec custom shop
The only issue is, to be totally honest with you, all the custom shop stuff that we've got is probably relict or vintage. So it's up to you. I'm only thinking it's not. There's not much point.
Well, you need long sleeves on, don't you?
Yeah, gloves. Oh, come on. There's almost not much point you picking something
With
that's
a relic
obviously
neck. Yeah.
not. So I would suggest that you pick 4 things. That
Like anyway.
It's trying to make it particularly difficult
yeah,
for us to do.
it should be really hard for us. But the nice thing is, if we don't know what you've picked, then we can touch any part of the guitar.
I'll make sure that they're new then, but not relict. But they
That's what
still
I
can
think.
be.
We might have some.
And we're gonna blindfold up.
Custom shop. Yeah, we'll blindfold up.
So this is where I get to take over. I did for 1 second have a very, very, very sneaky. Oi! I was going to say I was really tempted to get something like this. It's not a Fender, but I don't think they'll be able to tell. But I don't know if that's too cruel, because I got told off last time for doing something like that, so I think we'll stick to Fender. So the captain says it has to be a Strat, so it has to be a Fender Strat of any range. So, and we're allowed to do 4. So I reckon first I'm going to find a really good Squier. It's definitely going to be a classic vibe, because the classic vibe stuff is very, very good for the money. So I'm thinking, I reckon I'm going to go John Mayer inspired. I think this would be a 60s, I believe. Yeah, this is a 60s classic vibe, and I reckon that that'll suffice. So next, need to get an American Standard, because that's kind of like halfway point, and these are all the American Standards. So I'm thinking, why not? Oh, there is a difference actually, because you can go sort of 700 to 1,000, then you can do like 1,000 to 1,300. So there is a bit of variation in price, but I reckon a good old solid American Standard Strat is the best way to do it. And I reckon they're all going to have gloss necks because of the Squier. I was going to pick this, but they'll point that out straight away, so we can't use this. It has to not have any frills, it just has to be a straight up and honest. Or do we go Mexican American Standard Custom Shop? Do you reckon they'll know the difference between? Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't imagine Lee and Rob are smart guys, don't get me wrong, but I don't reckon they'll be able to tell the difference between American Standard and a Mexican. I would be incredibly gobsmacked if they did. So it's either we go American Standard and 2 custom shops, or we do Mexican American custom shop. I don't know. In fact, I'm going to do that. I think there's a bigger point that you can prove in having 2 custom shops, because they might not know, and they might play 1 custom shop and go, this isn't a custom. You see what I'm saying? But that's what I'm going to do. And for an American Standard, that's a Mexican. So no, the neck's different. It needs to be gloss. I just need a gloss neck, man. I don't think we're going to find one. Okay, this instead. Curveball. So this is the Texas Special. candy apple red. It's got a similar lacquer to the neck, which, in fairness to it, feels similar to the 50s classic vibe. So I reckon that's good because they might know what to tell. This is made in Japan, which I just found out, but actually it says it here at the bottom of the neck. So that's going to be quite an interesting curveball, I think, because I don't think either Lee or Rob will be expecting to play a Japanese Fender Strat. So good choice. So we're about to go and look in the boutique room where they keep all the custom shop stuff. To be honest, if we do any kind of journeyman or anything like that, they're going to know because it's a relic neck, so we do have to get probably the NOS stuff or just a signature model with single coils. I'm going to get 2 custom shops because I would be interested to know if they can tell. There might be people playing in here, so I'm just going to run in and grab some stuff. So let's go. Oh, we have free reign, my friend. So as you all know, this is the land of boutique and expensive gear. Not a single item in this room is less than, I don't even think there is a piece of gear in here that is less than £1,500. So that's interesting. Anyway, here we have all the Fender custom shop stuff, and as you can see, loads of it's relics. So we need to find something that has a similar feeling neck. Perfect. Okay. So this is an NOS. This is the new old stock Strat. Standard American custom, so you're talking, well, £2,207. It's got a couple of extra features on it, but it's got a nice hard, almost hard lacquer neck, so I really doubt that they're gonna know. The only thing is the tuners are different, and they might just go, ah, these aren't right. So we'll come back to this. So here we've got a custom shop artist inspired 61 Strat and a 3-tone burst. I think that's meant to be a Stevie Ray. I could be wrong, but it looks stunning. And again, oh, but it's a bit battered. Can't use it. Because the thing is, they're going to know with any scratches in the paintwork, they're going to know. So here we go. This is the Fender Custom Shop NOS David Gilmour. It's got a little switch. God, this is going to be a lot harder than I thought. Right. Any single modification that is unlike a normal Strat, we're going to be in trouble. Oh, hello. This is a curveball and a half. So, this is an Artisan Akumi Stratocaster. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Gloss neck, so they're not going to know, but it's light. So this might come closer to feeling like the Squier, and that might throw them off. So I think that is a good idea, because it feels just like a normal Strat other than that. So that is our first custom shop. Perfect. Now the thing is, we're down to the last guitar. Most of them are relics, so the 2 that I found that actually feel similar in the gloss of the neck and all that kind of stuff, and they're new, is this one, which is again a new NOS postmodern Strat. So new old stock, and it's got the postmodern features. So the heel recess, which I think, again, they're going to know that that's a postmodern feature, so we can't use that. So literally, I think we have to make a rule that says you are not allowed to use the tuners, and then we're going to go with this, because this is perfect. This is fine. It's got hard lacquer, it's a proper expensive custom shop, it's just the pearl tuners. They will know, so that will have to be the rule, otherwise this isn't going to be a fair contest.
1. Is everyone on facing forward? Hello, I'm Rob Chapman, and my chosen specialist subject today is blindfold Fender testing.
Hello, my name's Lee Anderton. My specialist subject for today will be tonal differences within the Fender range.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
sat in front of you are 4 Fender Strats, ranging in price, ranging in quality, ranging in epicness. And yeah, I spent quite a bit of time actually picking them. Anyway, they're all in tune, they're all ready to go. One rule is, you need to not touch the machine heads.
Okay.
Other than that, free reign.
And also, none of them are relict.
Nope, they're
So-
all they're all proper, like new models, or like what I mean by that is that there's no relicking, there's no like scratches, scuffs, anything. You just can't touch the machine heads.
Okay.
They're all single coil. There's no extra switching, no nothing. They're all as trad as it gets.
Let's do this. And we're going to use the same guitar amp.
We are.
We're going to plug into the Fender bass breaker and just see what we can see.
Okay.
And what is the objective here? It's purely and simply to go cheapest to dearest. We haven't got to name the model or anything like that. Just got to go, we think this is X.
Exactly.
Oh dear.
Okay, well, I think we're going to do finally. I think we're going to sense and sound and listen and hear and touch and smell and taste the difference between these guitars quite
Let's
victoriously.
do this. Go for high five.
Now. Oh!
Okay. I'm going to hand Rob the first one.
Oh, that's heavy.
Okay. And
Wow.
you are off mute.
That's much heavier than I thought.
Off you go.
Really nice feeling neck. Is there any chance
Sorry.
you could sharpen this E string for me?
Yeah.
Well, I think this is an expensive guitar.
Ooh.
I think the pickups are expensive pickups. I think the neck feels like it's expensive. I think it sounds like it's expensive. I don't think this is an affordable Fender Strat. The only thing that throws me is the neck join.
Oh.
Which, can I pass this to Lee?
Of course you can.
Can you?
Christ.
You got it?
Yes. Okay.
This is really hard.
Oh, big wide neck.
Yeah.
Vintage feeling neck. I would say it's like a 70s D-shaped neck. Feels like good quality knobs, medium quality switch. Oh.
It's good to hear it with someone else playing it, actually.
So they're not noiseless pickups, if you notice.
But they're really, really good sounding
They're
pickups.
vintagey. Skinny little frets. I would have to say this is a mid to upper priced range, some sort of vintage reissue Strat. That's my guess anyway.
Yeah, for me it's the pickups that are making the biggest difference. The feel is that of a higher end guitar. The
Yeah.
pickups sound like something I'm familiar with and I can't put my finger on it, but it's some kind of branded thing in a Fender that's kind of a Fender thing.
I
And
think the neck's wider than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's really wide and lacquered and everything.
Yeah, and lacquered. So it's definitely some sort of vintage vibed.
It's not right at the
think
bottom.
it's-
I think it's a
Do you
tier.
know what? I have no idea. You know, there's probably 200 Fender Strats on the wall, and I could be completely wrong. But I think Rabir has picked out a black 70s Strat.
Really?
Yes,
That's interesting. It didn't sound black to me.
I'm just
Can you
guessing.
guys estimate a price for each of these guitars?
A price?
Yeah, price point, a rough estimate.
I'm going to say this is between £600 and £700.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna go maybe a smidgen more than that. I'm gonna say between this is like £800 to £900.
Cool.
But how much is like just the standard American Strat and Andertons?
Just over £1,000.
Oh, okay. I'd like to revoke that price. I'd like to say that this is at least £1,000.
Okay.
So I'm going to say that guitar was between £1 and £1,200.
Okay. What? That's a big one, between £1 and £1,200.
No, between £1,000 and £1,200.
Fine. Let's go.
Next
Next.
guitar.
Me?
Robert, there you are.
This is horrible. Okay, so much lighter. Interesting. Smaller.
Sounds warmer acoustically.
Wow, that's lovely, isn't it? Ah.
It's loud acoustically, that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Better or worse than the first one?
Well, that's utterly subjective. I'm going to pass it to you. You got it? You got it?
Yes.
I think it's cheaper. I think that is more of the... I think it's below the one I just played. So I think that's around like a... Oh, God. Well, I'm going to wait to see what Lee thinks.
It's really weird. Either I've not played a lot of Strats recently, or this neck feels wide too.
But it wasn't anything like as wide as the other one.
It's still lacquered though, isn't it? So it's a different sound. Can I guess this is maybe a maple board versus a rosewood board, and maybe it's a lacquered board as well, and that's what's making it sound...
I thought the other one was lacquered. I think this is like a Mexican standard. How much would that run?
500-ish, something.
I reckon that's what that is. I think it's a Mexican standard.
I think I prefer this guitar to the other one.
But they make some great guitars.
Definitely got quite nice rolled edges. It feels wide again, this fretboard. I don't know what guitars Beazle's picked out. Oh, if only my product knowledge was a bit better, because obviously the back pickup is wired to the tone control, which isn't normal. Well, I like this guitar better, but I wouldn't say it feels necessarily better quality than the first one. Just feels a bit different. I think I prefer the sound of it.
I'm totally ruined it.
This is the bit where you know I'm going to do the same again and pick the Squier as my favourite one.
What is it, Lee? What is it? Say it. What is it?
Good. I don't know. Again, I'd have to say at the moment, I don't think it's Squier because I think the Squiers normally have slightly less rounded edges, and it feels nicer quality than a Squier. So I'm going to go with, again, another similarly priced guitar to the one before. But I'm going to say this is, for absolutely no reason, maybe a bit less money than the one I had before.
I think that's a Mexican.
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn it! It's so difficult.
Price point?
600.
Well,
600 to 700.
How much is a Mexican standard Strat?
About £500 to £600.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying that is.
It's not a standard Strat because the standard Strats are a satin neck.
Okay.
So it has to be some sort of varnished neck.
Next guitar.
Wow. Very bright.
Yeah, bright. That's the brightest one.
Yeah, and I do like the feel.
Bright in a cheap way. Or
I want to hear you play it before I make a decision on it.
Well, the last couple of times you've handed me the guitar, you've smacked me in the head with it. So.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you got that?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, do you know what? I think I've been playing my Les Paul so much recently that all of these necks feel wide to me, but I'm beginning to realise they're all just normal Fender width necks.
They all feel wide to you.
Yeah. Feel like nice knobs, he said.
I think that's the most expensive Strat so far. It's got a really unusual tone that I don't necessarily prefer, but I think it's come from I think it's like some kind of random custom thing. Like, it doesn't sound like a normal Strat. It's really bright.
I can't tune it.
Like, do you know what I mean? If you put it on the treble pickup, it's really. That is so bright. But I'm like, it's got to be unique woods and some kind of custom thing going on to.
I quite like how it's.
Yeah, but I think you wouldn't get that kind of tone unless it was some kind of woody. They've mixed up some kind of different woods and some kind of different pickups.
Oh man.
So for me, this is the most expensive so far.
It's another four. It's just I didn't really check the heel on the other one, but they're all just the straightforward square heels. Which
Yeah, the problem with Strats is they all feel so similar, and the affordable ones are made really well.
I like the sound of this one the best.
It's a country one. That sounded like country.
Mama.
Price point?
I'm going to say that's right up there. And I'm judging this on sound, purely on sound. I reckon this is a stupid price. Like, I'm going to say like around the 3K mark. And if I'm completely wrong, it's hilarious.
Right. It didn't feel to me, again, like a nitrocellulose neck. It felt like the thicker lacquer polyurethane kind of neck. So I don't think it's custom shop again. I'm pretty sure I haven't played a custom shop Strat yet. So again, I mean, I'm really.
I reckon that was custom shop.
I don't even know what that was, to be honest. I'd have to say again, it just felt.
It's going to be a Squier, isn't it?
It felt another kind of mid-pricey, you know, like a £700-800 mic. But that's a bit of a bummer because every single one I've tried so far all felt kind of much the same.
Last guitar.
Okay.
No. Can I smell it?
No.
No.
You can play it.
This feels very familiar. This is a custom shop. This is like mine. Can you tune it for me? I'm holding it up for you.
Okay, so this one feels like it has the least rolled edges of the lot, and it's got the heaviest, sort of most frictiony knobs on it by some distance.
Play, I want to hear
They're
the
quite
sound.
noisy pickups. Quite bright as well, even on the neck pickup. It's not got a lot of bass into it.
Here's the problem I've got. It doesn't sound expensive, but it felt expensive.
Yeah, I'm not so sure. Well, it feels nice to play, but again, it hasn't got rolled edges, which either means it's kind of some sort of vintage, correct, expensive guitar, or it's just a Squier, or it could be, who knows.
This is the last guitar, yeah?
It is.
So we haven't had a cheap one.
We haven't had anything that felt ranked, have we? Which,
I reckon that's the cheap one.
yeah,
then.
again,
I think I've been conned.
yeah, I think
'Cause
this might be the cheap one.
It feels like an expensive guitar, but I think it sounds like an affordable guitar.
It sounds the thinnest, I think.
Yeah, it
of
feels
the four.
great to play though.
But yeah, really nice to play. But yeah, again, when I'm trying guitars with my sight, I find it so. I find my brain going, oh yes, I can see why this is the expensive one, and oh yes, I can see why this is the cheap one. And as soon as you remove sight as a sense, all of a sudden you realise that it probably is just your brain reinforcing something that maybe looks nice or has an expensive price tag on it, reinforcing your decision as to whether or not it's a good guitar or not. So I'm going. This one is the most affordable. Oh, it's nice and light though, isn't it?
I am going to agree with you, and I'm going to say that's the most affordable.
I have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Which one was your favourite?
The second or third one?
Yeah, for me it was probably the one that I said was about £1,000 to £1,200 was my
I think that was the
favourite.
second one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You said. So okay, so that I would say probably I liked the second and the third one. Didn't really have a preference.
The
between
really,
two.
really bright one that I think was the really expensive custom shop, I think had I put that through my rig, I probably would have been able to find a tone that I much preferred. But it was so bright and so particular for something, like an artist maybe, or like it might be an artist model, or it could be some kind of special thing. For me, it was just too harsh.
So, can I, while it's in my brain, I'm going for it here. Okay, so most expensive second one, next most expensive first one, next most expensive third one, cheapest fourth one.
I can't remember what I said now.
I've said it. That's mine.
Okay, Rob. Most expensive.
Was the one I said was really bright.
So that's number 3.
Right, okay.
Second most expensive.
Was the one before that?
Third most expensive.
Was the one before, was the very first one. And then the last one I just played was the cheapest.
Okay.
Is that what I said when I was doing it?
I think so.
I can't remember.
I'll be honest with you.
People watching will remember.
The first 3 felt of such a similar quality. There really wasn't a standout one. And I'm just desperately hoping that the fourth one isn't the custom shop one.
So I think this is about the time where you can take off the old blindfolds.
Oh no! Oh god, I can't see anything. Hold on. Can I have
Did
my
we
glasses?
go literally that way to that way?
Yeah.
Oh, can I have my glasses? Did you get it right?
Well, we certainly got the... So...
You got this. That's
No,
that's the bright thing, yeah?
So
Right.
the second one I said was the dearest one, and it's the custom shop one, is it? Wow, that's so weird. I did not think.
So
that
which
was
one did
custom
I
shop,
say was
but
the most expensive?
Third from the.
So this one.
Yeah.
What is that?
That is also custom shop, isn't it? So that may well be the most expensive one.
Okay, so which one did I say was the cheapest?
So we both got the Squier right. Now I've got to be honest with you. Given that, crikey, classic vibe. Given that this is probably a tenth of the price of either of these two,
It feels.
you
really
cannot on any guitar. Go and watch our video about law of diminishing returns.
But wait, I want to know if I got it right.
I think we got on the whole about right, didn't we?
The one you didn't get right was the first one. That was a Japanese Strat.
Yeah.
And how much is that?
And that was about £450.
No, it'll be more than that unless it's used, won't it? If it's Japanese, might be a second-hand one.
It's a Texas special.
So what is this?
You guys said it was an American standard at about 1,300.
Right.
No, I didn't. I said that one was about £700 or £800. That was the one I said I thought was the Black 70 Strat. So I thought it was about £700 or £800. So I wasn't far wrong on that.
Is that the one I thought was like £1,200 then?
No, you thought that was £1,200.
Oh right, okay.
You thought that was cheaper.
Oh,
You got that one on the head, and you both got
Yeah.
that one on the head.
So you,
Right.
in fairness, you did actually pick that as the dearest, which I think it is, isn't it?
yeah.
And that as the cheapest, which it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Now I must admit, I've played this in the store.
What is it then?
It's some very limited edition. I forget what the wood is
Whoa!
for
What's the headstock on there?
or for the neck. But I've played this in the store, and it wasn't really my cup of tea actually. This one, but it's certainly. I couldn't feel a big
Oh,
difference.
that's the chunker. Now I pick it up. I'm like, yeah, that's the
I
chunker.
couldn't feel a big difference between those two when I was playing. But that said, yeah, weird. So weird.
I have a feeling this was the one I preferred the feel of. Texas Specials. Remember I was saying that there was something about the sound and I couldn't put my finger on it, but I recognised it.
Yeah, I mean that's.
This is a Japanese.
Is it Jap or Mexican?
Yeah, made in Japan.
Yeah, wow.
So what does this retail for?
I'm sure they're about £600 or £700. I think it's part of the new deluxe line from Fender.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I've got to be honest with you. It just
That's really hard.
It just
That's the hardest one
massively
so far.
reinforces how
How great the affordable
how
ones
great
are.
the affordable ones are, and how absolutely as you go up through the range, it becomes increasingly difficult to go.
But
"Oh,
I
that's
think
the
I think well done us for getting the cheapest and most expensive correct.
It definitely, you know, I mean, you can feel the knobs, the switch, the fingerboard rolling. It's, you know, it is cheaper components and a faster built guitar. This one, you can tell there's more love gone on into these three.
I wonder if you could ever guess the colour of a guitar. Maybe
Well,
that
I
could be
tried.
it.
I tried to guess.
You did,
didn't
yeah.
I got it. I know why I'm completely fooled by here, because fair play to Rabir for picking these. They've all got the lacquered necks. So of course,
Yeah.
you know, I'm sort of going, at least if I get a satin feel one, I'll know roughly where that fits in the range, because that would make it.
You know what would be really fun at some point, Lee? Is to challenge Pete and Beer to do this.
For sure.
Or something like this.
Yeah.
See if they can do it with some other brand.
I mean, it's kind of weird, isn't it? In that I guess it reinforces again that, you know, what your favourite guitar is likely to be is going to be different to the next guy's, and it doesn't necessarily mean that the dearest one will be your favourite.
I've got a challenge I do.
I'll be completely honest with you again. I would play this in a heartbeat. A bit like the classic vibe that I relicked up and put the Clapton stuff in. It's kind of hard to not take your hat off to Squier and go, that is an amazing
Well,
guitar
it really is. And to be fair, they all felt and sounded great. But it's given me a challenge idea.
What's the challenge idea?
We should do a blindfolded overdrive pedal test.
So all cheap and dear and all the same.
Yep, and we don't get to see, and Rabia does in one sound per pedal, and then we come in and we play, and then we guess which one is the most expensive.
Yeah, I don't deny it. I think that's a great idea.
If I could take any of these home right now,
Yeah.
it would probably be that one.
Well, I will, you know, the one I liked the best was that one, so I say I would take that one home. And actually, to be honest, you looking at it, that is probably what I would take home.
No, the winner here was Fender.
Yeah, well, this is I forget which range this is, but I probably wouldn't. This isn't the one that I would go for in the custom shop range. I do like the Journeyman. Sorry, the Postmodern series.
I don't like the
better,
tuning pegs.
It's a bit bling, this one, isn't it? It's got a sort of bit of a flame in the neck.
I'm not a
and
fan
everything,
of the blingage on the tuning pegs.
But it was a nice guitar to play.
Yeah.
Anyway, I enjoyed that challenge.
Yes, I've been Rob.
And I've been the captain.
Take it easy. Bye.